At Joe's diner in Memphis, Elvis Presley ordered a coffee. The waitress, a young girl, whispered as she went to the register, "There's a homeless man outside. The owner told me to send him away." Elvis looked out the window. An old man was sitting outside the restaurant. He looked hungry. "Don't send him away," Elvis said. "But the boss, I'll handle it." Elvis went outside. He approached the man. "Hello. What's your name?" The man was surprised. "Walter." "Walter, would you have breakfast with me?" Walter looked around. I'm homeless. I can't go inside." "If you come with me, you can," Elvis said. That morning, Walter ate in a restaurant for the first time in 15 years. And Elvis began making a plan that would change Walter's life. August 12th, 1975. Wednesday morning. Elvis Presley was walking in downtown Memphis. He wore sunglasses, wore a hat. He didn't want to be recognized. He just wanted coffee. Joe's Diner was a small restaurant. Local people came. Cheap, simple, honest. Elvis liked it here. Mostly nobody bothered him. When he entered, waitress Jenny recognized him. "Good morning, Mr." Elvis put his finger to his lips. "Quietly." Jenny smiled. "Okay. Your usual spot?" "Yes, please." Elvis sat at the corner table. It was by the window. He could watch outside. His coffee came. He took a sip. He relaxed. Then through the window he saw a man. Old, dirty, long beard. He was sitting on the bench outside the restaurant, motionless, just sitting. Jenny came, wiped Elvis's table. "That man comes here every day?" "Who is he?" "We don't know. Someone named Walter. Homeless, lives on the street." Elvis looked at Walter. "What does he do here?" "Just sits. Sometimes asks if there are any food scraps. Boss Joe doesn't like him. Says he scares customers." Elvis frowned. "He's not scaring anyone. He's just sitting." Jenny shrugged. "I know, but Joe is tough. He just told me to send him away." Elvis looked at Jenny. "Don't send him away." "But I'll handle it. Go tell Joe that man is my guest." Jenny was surprised. "Really?" "Yes. Now go." Elvis went outside. Walter was still sitting on the bench, head down, hands on his knees. "Hello," Elvis said. Walter looked up. He was surprised. "Hello. Your name is Walter, right?" Walter was even more surprised. "Yes. How do you know?" "The waitress told me. I'm Elvis." Walter looked at Elvis, didn't recognize him. The glasses and hat hid his face. "Nice to meet you." "Walter, are you hungry?" Walter paused. Pride and hunger battled. I don't have money." "You didn't answer my question. Are you hungry?" "Yes." "Would you come inside with me? Let's have breakfast." Walter was shocked. I'm homeless. I look dirty. I can't go inside." Elvis sat down next to Walter. "Walter, I'm going to take you inside. You'll come with me, and we'll eat together, okay?" Walter's eyes filled with tears. "Why? Why are you helping me?" Elvis paused. "Because we've all had hard times, and sometimes someone needs to reach out their hand." Walter nodded. He couldn't speak. "Come on," Elvis said. "Let's go." When they went inside, everyone in the restaurant turned to look. The homeless man was inside, with Elvis. Joe, the owner, came out of the kitchen. "What's going on here?" Elvis took off his glasses. Joe froze. "Elvis Presley." "Hello, Joe. This is my friend Walter. We're having breakfast together." Joe hesitated, but he couldn't say no to Elvis. "Of course. Sit down." Elvis and Walter sat at the table. Jenny brought the menu. "What would you like?" Elvis looked at Walter. "Walter, what would you like?" Walter looked at the menu. Mostly couldn't read. He was embarrassed. What do you recommend?" Jenny smiled. "The pancakes are wonderful. eggs, bacon, potatoes. Okay, Walter said quietly. Elvis ordered the same. 2 breakfasts and 2 coffees. Large. The food came. Walter looked at the plate. He hadn't eaten a meal like this in 15 years. He wanted to cry. Eat, Elvis said. Be comfortable. Walter ate slowly, tasted every bite. Elvis watched him. Didn't speak, just watched. When the meal was finished, Elvis asked, Walter, how long have you been living on the street? Walter bowed his head. 15 years. 15 years. Long time. What happened? Walter took a deep breath. My wife died. In 1960. From cancer. Then I lost my job. Lost my house. Lost everything. And one day I woke up. I was on the street. And I never got out. Elvis nodded. Do you have family? I had a son. But he left me. Said, you embarrass me. Haven't seen him since. I'm sorry. Walter shrugged. My fault. I was a bad father. I drank. A lot. After my wife died, I got worse. Elvis listened. Didn't judge. Just listened. What do you do now? He asked. Try to survive. Find food from trash. Sometimes someone gives something. Mostly people don't even look at me. I'm invisible. Elvis looked into Walter's eyes. You're not invisible anymore, Walter. I see you. After breakfast, Elvis stood up. Walter, come with me. Where? You'll see. They went outside. Elvis pointed to his car. Get in. Walter hesitated. I look dirty. I don't want to dirty your car. I don't care. Get in. They got in the car. Elvis drove. 15 minutes later, they stopped in front of a hotel. Peabody Hotel. What are we doing here? Walter asked. Come inside. They entered the lobby. The clerk recognized Elvis. Mr. Presley, welcome. Hello. I want a room for my friend Walter. One of the best rooms. The clerk looked at Walter, hesitated. Elvis looked sternly. Is there a problem? No, sir. I'll take care of it right away. A few minutes later, a key was given. Suite 453, top floor. Elvis took the key, gave it to Walter. This is yours. Stay as long as you want. Walter was in shock. I can't pay. Don't pay. I'm handling it. All you need to do, take a shower, wear clean clothes, sleep well, okay? Walter started crying. Why? Why are you helping me? Elvis touched Walter's shoulder. Because everyone deserves a second chance. The next day, Elvis came to the hotel again. He went up to Walter's room, knocked on the door. Walter opened it. He had changed. He'd showered, shaved, looked clean, but was still wearing the old dirty clothes. Good morning, Walter. Good morning, Elvis. I don't know what to say. Last night I slept in a bed, after 15 years. Elvis smiled. Good. Now you're going to get dressed. Come with me. They went to a clothing store. Elvis bought Walter a suit, shirts, shoes. Try these on. Walter got dressed, looked in the mirror, didn't recognize himself. Is this really me? Yes. This is the real Walter, not the man on the street. Walter wiped his eyes. Thank you. We're not done yet, Elvis said. Now we're going to find you a job. A job? Who would hire me? You'll see. Elvis took Walter to Graceland. You'll work here, gardening, simple tasks, but regular salary, and accommodation. Walter couldn't believe it. Really? Really? You can start tomorrow. Walter started working at Graceland. He worked in the garden, watered flowers, mowed lawns. They were simple tasks, but meaningful for Walter. Every day, he received regular pay. He ate meals, slept in a clean bed. But most importantly, his self-respect was returning. A month later, Elvis talked with Walter in the garden. How's it going? Great, Walter said. My life has changed because of you. No, Elvis said, because of you. I just opened a door. You're the one who walked through. Walter nodded. But if you hadn't opened the door, I'd still be on the street. Elvis smiled. Maybe, but now you're here. And don't forget that. A few months later, Walter asked something. Elvis, why did you help me? Really, why? Elvis paused. Because, Walter, I've seen poverty too. I grew up in Tupelo, in a poor family. My mother sometimes couldn't find food, and I know what that feeling is like, desperation. And back then, someone helped us, a neighbor, brought food, and my mother cried, from gratitude. Elvis looked at Walter. Since that day, I made a promise to myself. If I ever become rich, I'll help others. I won't make them cry like my mother cried, but I'll make them cry from happiness. Walter's eyes filled with tears. You're a special person, Elvis. No, Elvis said. I'm just someone who remembers. 2 years later, 1977, Walter's son David came to Memphis. He'd been looking for his father. He'd heard, he works at Graceland. He came to Graceland. I'm Walter Mitchell's son. I want to see my father. Security called Walter. When Walter came, he saw his son. He froze. David. Dad. The two looked at each other silently for a long time. Then David spoke. I heard, you're working here. And I heard Elvis Presley helped you. Yes. I'm sorry, Dad, for abandoning you. I was a bad son. Walter shook his head. No, I was a bad father. You were right. No, David said. I was wrong. And now I want you back. Back in my life. Walter cried, hugged his son, after 17 years. Elvis watched from a distance, smiled, then quietly went inside. Walter worked at Graceland for years. Every day, working in the garden, he thought about Elvis. He didn't just give me a job. He gave me my life back. In 1992, Walter retired. He was 75 years old. He started living in a house in Memphis with his son David. He had grandchildren, family dinners, a normal life. But Walter hadn't forgotten one thing: the lesson Elvis gave him. Everyone deserves a second chance. In 2005, Walter founded a charity, the Second Chance House, for the homeless, food, shelter, job training, free. On opening day, hundreds of people gathered. Walter took the stage. He was 88 years old, but his eyes were shining. 30 years ago, he said, I was on the street. I slept on a bench for 15 years. Nobody looked at me. But one day, someone did. Elvis Presley. The crowd applauded. Elvis taught me this. Second chances are real, but someone has to give that chance. That day, Elvis gave me that chance. Now, I'm giving it to others. Walter wiped his eyes. This building is Elvis's legacy. It's a continuation of what he did. And every homeless person who comes here, Elvis's spirit tells them, you are valuable. You are not invisible. You deserve to hope. From that day on, the Second Chance House helped 500 homeless people every year. Some found jobs, some reunited with families, some started new lives. Walter passed away in 2010, at 93 years old. Hundreds of people were at his funeral. Homeless people, former co-workers, his son, grandchildren. A plaque was hung at the building's entrance. Walter Mitchell, 1917 to 2010. From the street to a second chance. Elvis Presley gave him hope. He gave it to thousands. Today, in Memphis, there's a Walter Mitchell Street. And on that street, the Second Chance House is still open. Every day homeless people come here. They eat, shower, look for work. And each of their stories reminds the same thing. One morning, in a restaurant, someone offered someone else coffee. And that coffee changed a life. Then that life changed hundreds of lives. What Elvis did for Walter wasn't just help. It was hope. faith, saying, "You are valuable." And Walter passed that message on through generations. Because kindness doesn't end with one person. It spreads like waves. Elvis started a wave, Walter continued it. And today, that wave is still going. If this story moved you, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Share this video with someone who believes in second chances. Tell us in the comments, have you ever given someone a second chance? And don't forget to turn on notifications, because more amazing true stories are coming.